This week on What's Good Cape Cod, we talk about the person who coined the term civic rent, a quintessential fish market, and a classic car night. I'm Sarah Lapson-Martin.
And I'm Katie Clancy. Welcome back to What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals.
And every Tuesday, we drop a new video that tells you about a person, place, and thing we think you should know about.
That's right. And this week, our person who coined the term civic rent, I wonder if anybody will know this before I tell them, but that is Tony Shepley. So Tony is, if you've been on the Cape for more than a half an hour, you know that about Shepley Wood Products. So Tony Shepley is the founder and owner of Shepley Wood Products. He is deeply involved in the local community, in philanthropy. And I recently had the chance to actually do a little bit of work with him at an event for Housing Assistance Corporation and see him in action. Yeah. And I just got fired up. So he and his wife, actually, nobody does this alone, but they both are so he's been described as a visionary, not only in business, but in philanthropy. He sees how things could be to improve the lives of people in our communities. And he puts his time, talent, and treasure toward that end. And that is very true. I have seen and heard him doing this his entire life. So it's Tony and Lorraine. So they're very very significantly involved in the Cape and Islands United Way. But beyond that, for instance, the event that I was with him at was Housing Assistance Corporation, Habitat for Humanity, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Cape Cod and Islands, and also Commerce Choice. But I love how he bottled what he does and what I think we all should be doing. If you want to be in business somewhere, especially somewhere like Cape Cod, where we are bound on three sides by water, just life is different. And you can't just saunter in here and think you can just start your business the way you think it ought to be. And this is blah, 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 blah. You've got to respect what's going on here and actually become part of the community and give back in a meaningful and consistent way. And that is what Tony has done. And so he describes it as civic rent, as a social obligation that we should pay back to our community, of course. But here's how he really lays it out. Paying our civic rent is how we maintain our society and our quality of life by investing in the repairs, maintenance, and building up of the social systems around us. So, right?
I love this so much. I mean, how profound, and just everyone should be like this. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted, Tony gets all sorts of sunshine all the time, but I don't know if anybody really has focused on this particular thing as a way that we all should be operating and understanding. And like, this show is like, What's Good Cape Cod, what we want you to know. Well, we want you to know that on Cape Cod, there's a way to be here to, like, you don't, listen, neither Sarah nor I was born here. Okay. But I feel like we pay some civic rent. Yep. And we try to be,
that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's, I hear a lot of people be like, oh, close the bridge on your way in. Like, no, like, people, that's just how it works. People should come in. But when you come in, and honestly, probably to any community, paying your civic rent is a way to become part of that community and build it up as you also build, your business up. So anyway, I'm a huge Tony fan. Yeah. Leave it at that. Pay your civic rent, boys and girls. That's my message.
I love it.
All right. And also eat more fish. Tell me about Osterville Fish, Sarah.
So our place this week is Osterville Fish. What is more Cape Cod than seafood? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to feature them. Their original locations in Osterville, but they have a seasonal location in Barnstable Village, which I just love. The fish they have a fish market that you can go in. You can take a lobster home and cook it and things like that, or you can order it there. So we have, a lot of times we'll have friends in town, and we'll go there and we'll get like the whole boiled lobster dinner if we don't want to cook it at home, or we can get lobster rolls, things like that. One of my favorite things they have is the blackened fish burrito. And I think it was like for a few months, I was like doing an open house right by there in Osterville, and I would just go in and be like, okay, I need my lunch for the open house. And I would get that fish burrito.
Oh, yum.
So good. Highly recommend it. But there are other locations. So Osterville Fish 2 is a laid back location. It's over by Millway Beach in Barnstable. and they have the fish market, but then they have the takeout window, and they have all these, it's covered with a tent, and they have picnic tables. So you could take it to the beach, or after a long day on the beach, you can sit there, bring your family, lay back. They have ice cream. They have these amazing milkshakes that have like the chocolate all around it and the candy pieces. I mean, they're like works of art over there.
Yeah.
So save room for that.
Okay.
And then they also have another part of their business is clam bakes, etc., which they do.
Oh my gosh, do your clients ask you all the time about, get like once a year, twice a year, I get clam bake requests.
Everyone's like, where do we go for a clam bake? And that's who I recommend. I mean, they run such a good business over there. Everyone's so nice, so friendly. They do an amazing job. And then another cool thing that they're doing, so August 2nd through 9th, put that on the calendar, they are teaming up with Bakes for Breast Cancer, and all the sales from the chocolate chip cookies will go to this nonprofit. The organization actually, their mission is to end breast cancer by funding cancer prevention and treatment. So they have these sweet treats. They're offered at different locations across the Cape, but Osterville Fish will be doing the chocolate chip cookies. So a great way to give back, get some delicious food, and support breast cancer in the meantime, right?
I can't even keep up with all the fun stuff that we're telling people to do. I'm like, I gotta go get fish. I gotta do this. Hey. Well, here's another thing to add to your list.
Yes.
Is classic car night. So if you've ever gone by Patriot Square in Dennis and you see all these cars, there's a huge parking lot out there, all these classic cars, and there's music going and the sun is setting. And for a parking lot, it's actually fairly picturesque the way the light.
Agreed.
Cape Cod Classics Car Club does this. They do all sorts of events, actually, little did I know. And it's all through the summer. And they also do, I'm clicking around because I have a few different pieces of
And that in Dennis, it's fun. Go there for free. Just check it out, walk around. I mean, it's great for the whole family.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So there's a lot of things. Oh, tickets are this much, a bit of entrance. Of like, this is just a cool thing. You're like, maybe you're going to go get some groceries, but beforehand, maybe walk through the car show and be like, okay, all right. And this is another one that I think is good for. I mean, it's good for everybody, but the locals. Like we can be like, you know what? I was going to CVS, but now I'm going to go to the car show, and then I'll go to CVS.
Right, exactly.
And they also do, like I said, many things. You should check them out. They've got a great Facebook page. They've also got a good website. They also do the Classic Car Parade, which is part of the Dennis Festival Days. And that is the Antique Car Parade, which is in August.
I love watching the parades like that with all the cars.
It really is. Yeah. And so Dennis Festival Days, maybe we'll mention those again. But like if you didn't get enough fireworks on 4th of July, which by the way, a lot of the fireworks were postponed to like various times in the summer and even Labor Day, which is actually going to be great. But the Dennis Festival Days with the fireworks and the Antique Car Parade will be on in August 21st and 22nd. Okay. That weekend will be when you want to keep an eye out for it. But yeah, the Classic Car Show, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Something for everybody there.
Agreed. And the cars are so beautiful, and it's just, they shine them up, and it's just a great way to view them.
These guys actually, all right, funny story before we finish.
Let's hear it.
I was going to an open house that I had to run, and I wanted to put a sign on the corner of a road, but it was going to end up being in someone's yard. And I was like, I should knock on the door and ask and make sure this is okay. Yeah. So knock on the door, nobody answers, but I can hear someone's in the garage. So I'm like, I'll knock on the garage. Bang, bang, bang. Opens it up. And this guy's like covered in dirt and grease and he's got the hood up and he's working on this classic car. Yeah. And it's like, he was perfectly, by the way, he said, yes, no problem, put the sign out. Good. But like, he was like a kid in a candy shop. So when these guys and women put these cars out, they're like, got my car in, I'm going to show you now.
Yeah, they want to show them off. I mean, it's totally
a passion. Right. And I have so much respect for it. It's really, really cool. So, check out Cape Cod Classics and go to their website, go to their Facebook page and see where else they are, because most of the things that the Classic Car Clubs do are free, whether it's a parade or a car show or whatever. So I highly recommend. All right. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. And if you have a cool car, then you definitely want to put it in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. So now you know what's good Cape Cod. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when we drop a new episode.
And if you're looking for more information about anything we talked about in this episode, you can go to our website at whatsgoodcc.com, where we'll have links to everything.